And I'm not showing you my face as I talk because I look a right twat with this buff on as a hat, but what are you going to do? At least I'm warm. What am I doing? What am I doing? This is really good, guys. I am officially on my first RUSA Audax. Welcome to the great state of Alabama. I'm passing some horses now, they're lovely. This is the Chief Ladiga Trail. And we are going from Anniston, Alabama to Rockmart, Georgia, back to Anniston. You know, none of your London, Edinburgh, London, or Paris, Brest, Paris. Anniston to Rockmart to Anniston. That's where it is at. Glad to be back doing this. It's been a long, cold, lonely winter. So I thought I'd drive south, get some decent weather. It's cold, but there's no wind, thankfully. And here we are at 7 o'clock in the morning, riding into Georgia. All right. Enough from me. I'm going to listen to Liverpool v Chelsea. Yeah, apologies for the buff as a hat, but it's cold. My ears are nice and snug and warm under this. Nice couple of kilometres downhill from Jacksonville down to here. Really picked up speed as I'm used to the Katy Trail, which is flat as a pancake. This isn't flat. It's not exactly steep either, but you know, there's a little bit of incline and decline here and there. Just listening to Chelsea v Liverpool. There's 90 minutes I'll never get back in my life. A 0-0 draw. It's good for United though. It's good for everyone above them. I don't think even United matters anymore. It's good for Brighton and Brentford above them in the table. But yeah, rocking on. There's a little town here in Piedmont. Apparently a decent coffee shop. I'm going to keep digging though. Less faff. I'm going to keep digging and let everyone that stops at the coffee shop catch me up. I know Robert from Nashville will catch me up. I think he was stopping at the coffee shop, and there's Tom from Virginia behind me. He's just plodding away. It's funny, it's the loneliest sport in the world, cycling sometimes. But the camaraderie is amazing. You just catch each other up and pass each other and swap places as different people stop to do different things. Oh, sorry. Oh. Having a great time now. Feet are cold, but they'll warm up as the day gets hotter. Should be a high 55, I'm hoping. That's what he said. But right now it's 32, 33. All right. Peace out. Now listen to the rest of the football. That's pretty, isn't it? There's the rest of the trail. That's the way I'm heading, that way. I'm guessing there's Ladiga Mountain. Nice. You know, so when I was a truck driver doing the coast to coast thing, I was enamored with the Appalachian Trail. I always wanted to take 6 months off and go hike the Appalachian Trail. You know, and then you meet a girl, you get married, you have kids, And you can't go on adventures like that anymore. Not for 6 months anyway. I can't steal away for 6 months. And I was enamoured with the Appalachian Trail. You know, the thought of just walking from Georgia to Maine. So I think I've always been an adventurous soul, spontaneous soul. But I can't do adventures like that, but I can do adventures like this. You know, I can take a day in a weekend and do something big. And this is big, you know? 200k is big. It's like when I did a half marathon once, I decided that half marathon's not half of anything. 30 miles running is a long way. Nice to have some blue skies. Anyway, lucky, here we go. I watched a show on Amazon Prime called TNGC or TNGR, or Ride of the North Country. It was a mountain bike ride across northern Georgia, and it finished here. You know, for a kid from England, if you told me when I was 47 years of age, I just had a birthday by the way, if I was 47 years of age, I'd ride my bike to Georgia. I'm now in Georgia. And I still get a little kick out of that, you know, crossing state lines. And I've done it on my bike before. I've done it, you know, on that ferry to... I've done it on that ferry to Illinois. But this is wild. I just turned back on myself. So this is Georgia. Trail's different. It's not asphalt. It's more of a concrete slab affair. It's nice though, when it's not covered in walnuts and doozies and seed pods. What a great way to spend a Saturday. I was talking to a guy called Tom from Virginia this morning. I told him how it's my first official brevet, and people call it a brevet. I'm from Northern England, so it's a brevet. But it's my first official one. And he's like, oh, you'll get hooked. You'll get hooked. He's like, after his first one, he was telling me he vowed never to do it again. And then 2 days later, he's looking for his next course. So, this is stunning. I mean, don't get me wrong. Instead of driving 9 hours here, and it was a beautiful drive. Oh, I've got all these little pods and stuff on the road. So anyway, instead of driving 9 hours here to do this and then driving 9 hours home tomorrow, I could have just gone 3 days on the Katy Trail and got a lot more miles in. But I'm loving the fact that I'm not in St. Louis anymore. I'm loving the fact that I'm not doing the same old anymore. This is all new for me. I'm on an adventure, and that's what it's all about. No cell service though, so I can't listen to the football. I can't even sign on to Audible to listen to an audiobook. Ah, the trials and tribulation. First world problems, eh? Alright, so 10 kilometers to control number 3 in Cedartown. I might stop there and grab a little bite to eat and some chocolate milk, I think. You know, we had breakfast this morning. I met the RBA, Chris, and a couple other people at a fast food joint for breakfast this morning at 6:15. But since then, I mean, I had a couple of Stroop waffles, but not much in the tank anymore. So I'm gonna go Cedartown. Go Cedartown and refuel. This is amazing. I've just got a smile on my face. I got to remember. I think, as I say, I think I had some PTSD from that ride I did back in October, where my hands got so cold. And then it's been really cold this winter. Not really like polar vortex cold, but the wind's been absolutely howling. I just didn't fancy it. So I've been going to the gym and doing leg presses and stuff. But it's just, this is what I love. I want to do more of this. And it was well worth a 9-hour drive. And I'm not even halfway through yet. In fact, I'm barely a third the way through. But this is amazing. So I'm about 7 or 8 miles outside of Rockmart. And it got a little lumpy there. It got a little lumpy, you know. I was out of breath. I enjoyed the freewheeling coming down. But it was so scenic. So scenic. Lovely town, Cedartown. I've got to go back there because that's another control on the way back. Well appointed little town, lots of niche little restaurants. You know, you could tell it was a trail town, and they're used to bikes because the drivers seemed courteous. You know, it was a very well kept little town. I like that. I might bring the wife there if we're headed this way anytime soon. But not seen anyone for a while. There was a couple of blokes I met at the control, but they're flying. They were faffing less than I was. You know, they got Paris-Brest Paris bibs on and or gilet on. You know, they're in it. They're in it to win it. I don't know if that was they were going to Rockmart. They might have even been coming back because I've been meandering. But so far so good. I mean, I have to recognize I'm not even halfway yet. You know, I feel like I've been riding forever, but it's only like 11 o'clock in the morning. Hi, this is Rockmart. What a pretty park this is. We're about 5k from the turnaround point, or maybe 6k. What a pretty little place. I say that a lot, things are fantastic, things are pretty. But if you stay in your bubble, you don't find it out. It's quiet. Alright. So I'll see you at the control. Got a little bite to eat again. I'm just listening to Evertonians bitch and moan because they got beat by West Ham today. They're going down, Everton. They are in big trouble. Alright, Rockmart Ga. Not feeling so hot. It seems to take forever to get from Rockmart to here. Such is life. Alright, downward spiral now. This is the halfway point. Let's go. So, I'm not wearing my buff anymore on my head because I was steaming climbing that hill. I couldn't film as I was going up it. It was just too much effort just to get up there. I didn't stop. Thankfully, I didn't stop and walk. I was tempted to, don't get me wrong. But I looked down on the Garmin at one point. It did say 14%, an average of 7. It wasn't a long climb, but it was a shocker to the legs. There's a couple more little ones come. Well, I say little now, but then we're gonna get to the top of them, and then it's a coast down into Cedartown for the control, and then it's just a flat ramble back to Piedmont, Jacksonville, and then into Anniston, and we will be done. Right now we're sitting at 126k. That's nice, considering I've not really been on my bike in any serious capacity for the last 2 months. I will take that. It is pretty stunning. It's idyllic. It's like this beautiful trail goes through this heart of agricultural Southeast America. Cute little main drag, you know, and then the city hall and the square in the middle. pretty. Like it here. Nice town. Alright, there's the chevron, that's the control, so we're backing them out. Passed this before, but couldn't get my camera out in time. How pretty is this homestead? Right by the trail. Hey big boy, look at you! What a pleasant part of the world this is. Was struggling there for a bit. Like, it just seemed like a grind. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to put some music on, I'm going to put some tunes on. A little bit of Churches, some Pulp, some Deacon Blue, some Groove Armada, get the legs pumping. Flying along now, having the time of my life again. You know, it's true, what they say. It's true what they say, you know, you gotta ride out the bad times, because the good times are just around the corner again. And that is certainly no truer word spoken in this. Back by Tortoise Creek, or Terrapin Creek, or Turtle Creek. One of the turtles, either way. Very pretty, either way. Alright, heading into Piedmont. You know, cooking with gas again. Some music in the ear holes has worked wonders. Well, it might have something to do with the Roctane in the bottle as well, but I like to think it's the music. Back at Jacksonville campus. What a pretty little spot this is too. A nice little college, university. It's not a college, it's a university. And it shows. Dragging. Only got 10k to go, but I am dragging. It's getting dark. It's been an all-day grueler. Well within the time limit though, so I'm pleased about that. A little too chilly for my liking. It was alright. Right now, 4.1 kilometers to go. Is it me, or does it look hazy and foggy? I swear, my eyes are really dry. And I don't know if it's because everyone's barbecuing, or there's a fire, or, you know, I've just got dry eye. But I'm struggling to see properly. Alright, nearly home. Alright, back at the hotel, the sunny Nights Inn 2-star hotel in Anniston, but it's warm. I just had the steamiest of steamy showers. Alright, overall today, I could tell I've not been on the bike for a while. I was slow. You know, 10.5 hours is a chunk of change to do 200k. The last time I did 245 in October, I did it in 10.5 hours moving time. But on that event, it was a supported ride. It was a big event. So I'm being paced by people. Today I was 95% solitary. It was just me, myself, and I could tell that it was what it was. Loved the route. Loved the route. Even the hills. There was some meaty hills there between Cedartown and Rockmart, but you know, I got up and over them. You know, it was a struggle bus. Some of them pretty steep grades, but they didn't go on forever. And once you got to the top, you just, you know, you just caught your breath and kicked on. One thing that, well, two things. Last 20k, there was a lot of smoke or haze or something, or my eyes were really dry and I was struggling. I was struggling to see. Not struggling to see, but when a light was flashing in my eyes, like from a car or something, it was like I had a massive astigmatism. And, you know, the light hit my eye and it just went, you know, and coming back from the trailhead, after I'd done to the hotel, I had to go maybe half a mile on a dual carriageway on the shoulder. And that was not fun. That was not fun. I was very glad to get here. Anyway, I just went out to Walmart, got myself some dinner. I'm not hungry. I wasn't hungry. I just knew I needed to eat, so I got some hummus and some naan bread and some salted pistachios. I know I need to get some salt in my system. Big thanks to Chris Argo, the RBA here in Alabama. Put on a really good event, really good route. Enjoyed it a lot. I mean, I struggled. At the end, it was a grind. It was funny because I had felt like I was suffering and pedaling through molasses, or I was flying. There was no in between. I didn't find a tempo, especially at the end. And I thought my nutrition was good. I thought my nutrition was pretty spot on, honestly. Maybe I could have eaten more, but I felt like I ate well on the route. But, you know, these are the things you live and learn. Second thing is, everyone this morning were putting on shoe covers. Not me. Two pair of socks were not enough. My feet were pretty cold at the beginning and the end. So I just came back here and had the steamiest of steamy showers. Yeah, kicked the heater on to 75. So nice and warm now. But again, trial and error. You live and learn. But what a day. What a day. I rode my bike to Georgia from Alabama today. You know, that's amazing. I'm back. So magnificent. Loved it. I need to get back in the saddle more. And hopefully this has rekindled my motivation to get out on the saddle more. I mean, winters aren't great in Missouri, but they're not that bad. You know, I have cold weather gear. I just have to don it and deal with it. You know, I just have to man up and go. Or person up and go. But, yeah, glad to be done. Big achievement for me. That was an ACP 200k Audax. I did it. I would not like to do a 300k right now and turn around and go back to Rockmart. That would knock me on my ass. But we can get there. You know, that's the next point I want to get to. So, all right, till next time, people. You know, keep pedaling. Paint my taint this morning. Remember to paint your taint so you don't get a sore bum. And we'll see you next time. Ciao.